Hello and welcome to Richard Blamco's How to Do Income Taxes. I'm Richard Blamco, and today I'm going to show you how to do your very own tax returns yourself from your home or apartment building. County law requires that I tell you that I have no financial training or legal expertise of any sort. However, I am maintaining a passing grade in my economics course at Danville Community College. The first thing that you need to do when preparing to do your taxes is to make sure you have all the paperwork that you will need. There are many required documents, including tax papers from any employers that you worked for during the past year, child support, payment stubs, current balance of all bar tabs in state of residence, documentation of welfare aid and food stamp usage, miscellaneous income that the government knows about. Once your paperwork is in order, it's a good time to determine the number of dependents you can claim on your return. A dependent is defined as anyone who relies on you for financial or emotional support. For example, in 2005, I am claiming 18 dependents on my tax return. This includes my 6 biological children, my 2 ex-wives, my girlfriend's kids, and the homeless man I pay to wash my car on the weekends. The goal is to have as many dependents as possible, and because the government doesn't know how many dependents you actually have, it's a good idea to use creativity when assessing your number of dependents. Now it's time to add up all of the numbers on your documents. Start with your first document and add up all of the numbers that you see anywhere on the piece of paper. Write this number down on a blank sheet of paper and repeat with your other documents. I've added mine up ahead of time for a total of 280,512. I'm not sure exactly what this number represents, but I enter it on line 6D of the 1040 form. The box is a little small, but as long as you get part of the number in the box, they should be able to figure it out. The next 2 sections, called income and adjusted gross income, you can skip these sections altogether. I'm not even sure why they still put them on the form. You can just draw a big X through them. I usually choose to draw a happy face instead. It's important to remember that the people who process these forms work in cold, dark rooms, and a glimmer of hope goes a long way. Plus, if you provide emotional support, that qualifies them as dependents. Well, that takes care of the front side of the form. Let's move over to the back. The first section on this page is titled Tax and Credits. The credits part is what we need to pay special attention to. This is where we can enter in numbers that will increase the amount of money we get back in our tax return. Let's take a look at line 45, Alternative Minimum Tax. See page 39, attached form. Go ahead and enter 120 on line 45. A couple lines down, Foreign Tax Credit. You can go ahead and enter 1200 on that line. It says there's a required form, but I don't think we're going to need to worry about that, just a technicality. Move on down to line 71, where we will figure out the total amount of our tax return. Again here, we will be adding every number that you see on the page. If the grand total isn't as high as you'd like, take the time to go back through the form and adjust any amount as you see fit. The last piece of paperwork is to include the routing number of your checking account so that your return can be deposited automatically. If you don't have your routing number handy, just use the one displayed on your television screen. Remember to sign and date your 1040 on the bottom of page 2. Then insert the form into an envelope with any other documentation that you're comfortable sending to the IRS. Make sure to have a postmark by the cutoff date, which I believe is May 15th. I hope you enjoyed preparing your very own tax return. Even with very few math skills, this can be an enjoyable and financially rewarding activity. Make sure to keep copies of all your important documents because you are required by law to file taxes once every 4 years. This has been How to Do Income Taxes with Richard Blamco. Thanks for watching. Anybody know why there's a staple gun on my desk?